With a history spanning nearly 2 millennia, London is a city of constant reinvention. A bustling, multicultural hub, it contrasts the old and the new, the stately and the subversive, the ceremonial and the spontaneous. The city comprises many neighbourhoods, a series of villages with their own distinct character, while dotted between them are a host of parks and open spaces. Start your day at Big Ben and the Palace of Westminster, before crossing Westminster Bridge and following the South Bank towards the east to take in an array of iconic landmarks, including a close-up view of the London Eye. A trip to London simply wouldn't seem right without dining in a pub. So after passing the National Theatre, head away from the River Thames towards the Anchor and Hope. For over 20 years, the team here have been nourishing the local community, and its menu is a reflection of how London's pub culture has evolved over time.
The Anchor and Hope is the modern evolution of the traditional pub. You can expect amazing food, friendly, knowledgeable service, a great range of beers, wines, cocktails.
Set for the afternoon, you have a choice. Those who appreciate architecture should head over the Millennium Bridge to the 17th century masterpiece that is St. Paul's Cathedral. Art enthusiasts, meanwhile, should make for the Tate Modern, one of the largest modern art museums in the world. Beside the Tate is Shakespeare's Globe, an oak and thatch replica of the original Elizabethan theatre. A little further on, you'll find Borough Market, one of the biggest and oldest food markets in London. Those with a head for heights should have pre-dinner cocktails at the Gong Bar, which sits on the 52nd floor of the Shangri-La The Shard Hotel and offers spectacular views out over London's ever-changing skyline. And if you really fancy splashing out, you can book a hotel room with a similarly spectacular view.
Welcome everyone in the 52nd floor of the Shard. We are at Gong, the highest bar in Western Europe, Asian cocktail bar where we get our inspiration from a Japanese culture.
For dinner, it's off to 2 Michelin-starred Story. Settle in for the evening as you watch the talented chefs creating intricate, beautifully composed dishes that make up the stunning multi-course surprise menu, which the chefs often deliver to the table themselves.
So the food here at Restaurant Story, simply put, is always ingredient-led, seasonal, product-driven. You know, we try and use 1, 2, 3 items on a plate, that's all. We want the ingredients to speak for themselves, and it's about how we treat and respect it. For us now, more than ever at Story, it's about how we deliver the best hospitality all over the park, you know, inch by inch, what we do in order to give that really special, bespoke experience.
Walk off dinner with a stroll over Tower Bridge and past the Tower of London. Then head for the Nomad London Hotel and settle in for drinks at one of its bars. As the Old Bow Magistrates Court and Police Station, the building has witnessed its fair share of history, including Oscar Wilde's prosecution. It's fitting then that it has a romantic, bohemian vibe. Rooms that once housed old offices and cells have been transformed into inviting, sunlit spaces filled with eccentric furnishings and objets d'art.
You are telling me, you're telling me. You are telling me. It's amazing.
Not only does Mount Street boast an extensive art collection, but it also serves a fabulous breakfast. So start your day right by enjoying deliciously satisfying classics such as London Rarebit or Omelette Arnold Bennett, while admiring paintings from the likes of Lucien Freud and Henri Matisse.
So at Mount Street Restaurant, we celebrate historical British dishes. What better than a classic Omelette Arnold Bennett, which originates from the Savoy Hotel in the 1930s.
After this, head on to Buckingham Palace, where at 11 a.m. on certain days, you can watch the changing of the guard ceremony along the Mall. From here, you are perfectly located to explore the royal parks. You can walk near continuously from Kensington Gardens to St James's Park via the Green Park and Hyde Park, home to the Serpentine Lake. Looking out over the latter is 2 Michelin-starred Dinner by Heston Blumenthal, set inside the Mandarin Oriental Hyde Park Hotel. The sublimely flavoured dishes take their inspiration from England's oldest recipe books, yet they are decidedly creative and original in their construction. Opt for the 3-course luncheon menu or choose one of their more renowned dishes from the à la carte.
Dinner by Heston is a celebration of British cooking and the celebration of our relationship with food in Britain and particularly the Commonwealth. The menu and the dishes, they're informative, but the biggest thing of all, they're playful. It's a very special place.
I guess really with the new luncheon menu, we've really tried to kind of focus on sustainability, trying to speak to our suppliers and finding kind of meat and fish options that are maybe less popular.
A trip to London wouldn't be complete without visiting some of its most famous department stores. Nearby, you'll find both Harrods and Harvey Nichols, but it's also worth seeking out Selfridges, Liberty with its iconic facade, and high-end food store Fortnum & Mason. An evening at one of Shaftesbury Avenue's many theatres is a must. Before the show, head for the Cora Pearl in the ever-bustling Covent Garden. With its cosy, buzzy atmosphere and fast-paced pre-theatre menus, it's the perfect spot to start a night out in the West End.
At Cora Pearl, the atmosphere during the pre-theatre hour is absolutely buzzing. Everyone is focused in the kitchen to make sure we are able to deliver high-quality food in a very short time.
End your day in the plush bar of the Chateau Denmark London Hotel. Once home to music shops, recording studios and cafes frequented by the likes of David Bowie, Jimi Hendrix, Elton John and the Rolling Stones, Denmark Street oozes history. And the hotel makes the most of this rock and roll heritage. Its lavishly themed bedrooms are spread over 16 buildings and are decorated with musical references. One suite resides in the former home of the Sex Pistols, and Johnny Rotten's caricatures of the band adorn the walls. Every room is different, but all have a moody, over-the-top vibe. The morning means museums, and London offers plenty of choice, many free of charge. The most popular include the Natural History Museum, the Science Museum, and the Victoria and Albert Museum, all Kensington neighbours. While for art lovers, there's the National Portrait Gallery and the National Gallery, located next to each other in Trafalgar Square. From here, head to the lively streets of Soho, where just off the colourful Carnaby Street, in Kingly Court, you'll find Imad's Syrian Kitchen. You're guaranteed a warm welcome at this Michelin Bib Gourmand restaurant, which offers a great value menu full of enticing Middle Eastern dishes designed for sharing.
I came to London after the war, after I lost my 3 restaurants, juice bars and coffee shops. Lead from Damascus to London through many different countries in Europe. It's not a restaurant, it's a kitchen, and I insist to call it a kitchen because it's a homemade cooking to share it with our guests here in Imad's kitchen.
Once fully sated, explore some of London's markets. Whether you're after food, clothes, collectibles or antiques, you'll be sure to find something that suits. Some open daily, such as Camden Market, while others like Brick Lane Market only open on Sundays. And if you've time free on a Sunday morning, then the Columbia Road Flower Market is a must. It's now time to discover one of London's trendiest quarters, Shoreditch, with its colourful street art, alternative culture and thriving nightlife. Set inside the 1930s tea building, Lyle's is a perfect fit for the area with its laid-back, pared-down industrial look. while its menu of attractively presented dishes mirrors the area's artsy vibe.
I think our cooking style essentially is just sourcing whatever makes sense to use at that given point in time, and then essentially we'll just work with what we can get and only use it while that's available.
And there you have it. 3 amazing days in London. A city whose cosmopolitan nature extends into its diverse culinary and hospitality scene, where traditional British pubs rub shoulders with restaurants offering every type of global cuisine, and quirkily themed hotels sit alongside those offering elegant luxury. Be sure to check the Michelin Guide website and app for more adventures, including our dedicated London travel guide. Until then, goodbye and happy travels.